here on the left, Facebook here on the right, and we are go. All right. So, thank you guys on YouTube for actually, I'm not YouTube, on Facebook for being patient with me. I got 24 people paying attention, ready to go. Go ahead and shoot me a thumbs up or a heart. YouTube right now is empty. We won't worry about them right now. Facebook, let me know if you're ready. Give me a thumbs up or a heart, or a heart. Thumbs up or hearts. Let me see them. I don't see any hearts. I don't see any thumbs up. Let me know if you are ready. Okay, I see one. I got 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5? That's it. All right. 6, 7, 8. I'm well, Charles. A little nervous. 7. All right. Excellent. Let me see. Can you guys see me? Bam, bam, bam. Okay, good job. Excellent. All right. So all we need here is just one stick to get ourselves started. I have a short stick for what we're going to be doing, but what we're going to move on to will be to some sword work. So if you have something like this, this is great. If you have sabers, whatever you have, let's go ahead and make it work. All right. So starting off, first things first is we're going to warm up a little bit. All right. So starting just over the head, flourish above the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching hands now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to take the same motion now and make it a little bigger now. A little bigger now. We're working now just the arm as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Going back the other way. 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching directions and hands. Again, big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back the other way. 1, 9, 10. Awesome. Here we are. Stand up a little bit for this next one. Big circle in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're circling. So go ahead, explore your footwork. Moving to the side, moving forward, moving back, moving at angles. There we go. Boom. Go. And ready. Switching directions now, going back out now. Big circle. Again, this is just a warm up, but this also contains some of the parries that we'll be using. Hand placement. Great question. For those of you guys who probably asked me, I can't read any of the questions, but you can have it floating here. Sometimes it just kind of hangs down. Sometimes I put it back. Usually I put it back and kind of into some basic movements, accentuating some of the parries and defenses that we're going to do. So it's going to be based off of this circle that we're doing. So starting on one side here, we're going into the body. So we're going to focus here, pause. Or again, you can move. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Again, now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this more in for horizontal defense. Okay. So same thing. We're going to do our circle and stop right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Second part of the, or third part now, is we're going to go down low as if we're stopping a low diagonal, a low cut here to the leg. So first, We're here. High diagonal, horizontal, 10. Okay, now up high, here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 10. Awesome. So that is our inside circle. Again, this is an activity we're doing to warm up first our wrist, elbow, arm. Sorry, I'm kind of closing this up a little bit because of the space. And then this contains 2, coming low, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now bringing it on down against the diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Low against a diagonal or a low cut to the leg. 1, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, and then hanging. Okay, starting here, we go around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome, awesome. Take a moment. Okay, so our shoulders should be nice and warm. Let's move our feet a little bit as we do this. If you're liking what you're doing, let me get this going here. If you guys have any questions, I will try to answer them. Okay, so I got my boom back right here. It's ready to go. I'm gonna get music going here. I'm gonna play my Silent Sword mix on Spotify. If you guys are interested, this is music from across North Africa, West Africa, and the Horn. See what's going on here. Give me a heart if you like the music, all right? So we're gonna go ahead and start with some basic cuts, all right? So we're gonna start with diagonal cuts, okay? Draw an X in front of the body. Again, I'm in an open stance and I'm doing small incremental steps just to get the body moving, get myself used to moving in conjunction with my blade. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Shift up. Boom. 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 Good. We're going to double up. Boom. Boom. Double up. Boom. Boom. Try not to hit the television here. Boom. You see how I'm kind of creeping forward and creeping back. So I'm taking just a little lateral movement here and started moving forward, as well as starting to move back as I'm cutting. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Awesome. 3, 4, 3, 4. Good. 3, 4. Diagonal cuts. Rising up. You can imagine hitting the leg or up to the face, or intercepting your opponent's cut that's coming down. Again, it's double up. Couple more. Couple more. Good. Here, now, horizontal cuts. Imagine cutting the head, or the body, or even the legs. So, high, mid, low, at your pleasure. You can double up. Get the television over there. Boom. Keep it moving. Side. And we try stealing in. Boom. In. Boom. Out. Boom. Good. Check it out now. This is going to be weird. It's going to be a vertical cut. Up and down. Okay? From the other side is up, down. I want to make sure, especially when we do this one, that we're covering. So now we're here, cut, and we're covering. Down, cover, cut, back up. Sorry, my roof. Cover. Cover. Awesome. Okay, good. So put it together now without the footwork. Diagonal cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice and slow. 8. Once again. Diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now what I want you to do, give me a heart or a thumbs up if you're still with me. Thumbs up, hearts. Let me know. I got 7 here on YouTube. I got 23 on Facebook. I got 5 thumbs up over here. So now what we're going to do, you have 8 beats. Give me 8 strikes, okay? Any one of those 8 strikes you want, we're going to flow. So check it out. Right here was the pattern. The pattern was diagonal, 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 horizontal, horizontal, vertical, vertical. What I want you to do is create your own pattern now. So here's my pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch hands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On your own. 1, 2, 3. Keep moving. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Keep going. 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 Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop. Don't stop. Let's get the right music going here, guys. Don't stop. Don't stop. Trying to find the right music. Keep moving. Okay, so that's what we call the 8 paths. Those are our basic 8 strikes that we use. They're like the foundational strikes. And if you'll notice, those are the same 8 strikes you'll find in Al-Mathrag, which is where we're going to go into right now. Okay, so now we're going to go into Al-Mathrag, Algerian stick fighting. And as you guys know, that Mathrag is our foundation that we use for sword reconstruction. All right. So starting off, the order of the sequence is going to switch a bit. Okay. So we started off with diagonals first, like 4 diagonal cuts, and then we did vertical, and then horizontal, then vertical. We're actually going to start with horizontal cuts, and then progress horizontal, vertical, and then diagonals. Now, Mathrag is more about the target and less about the angle. Then overhead, the top of the head or front of the face, ras. Okay. And we will open with those 4 strikes. I'm going to start off with the first 2, okay? And I want you to do this with advancing and retreating footwork, all right? So you can do shuffles, you can do gathering steps, you can also do, I'll demonstrate some of the hopping steps that they do sometimes in Mathrag, all right? So we're going to do it in pairs. So we're going to start off with 2 horizontal cuts, all right? I'm going to advance forward with the cut, and we'll retreat back with the cuts, and then eventually the retreat will add the. You are 26 minutes in the game. All right, let's do it. All right. Music ready? All right. Okay, so for right now, but let's go ahead. If you have a stick, thumb position here, and we want to make sure that in between our cuts that we're using this point here to kind of provide us with some protection. Okay, so make sure that we're not just doing our cuts like this. I want you to try to add this point into it. I'm coming one, and I'm just going to step 1, 2, in, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, in, forward, 1, 2, back, 1, 2, side of the head. If you see the tip of my stick, back, 1, 2, forward, 1, 2. Awesome. This time going back, we're going to add the defenses, okay? So we've already covered that in our circle, so that as we step back, we cover high. 1, cover high. 2, protect yourself, advance in. 1, 2, low. 1, 2, cover. 1, 2, and then back. 1, 2, side of the head. 1, 2, defend. 1, 2, sorry, keep moving. 1, 2, defend. 1, 2, attack. 1, 2, defend. 1, 2, I'm gonna do this. 2, down both. 1, 2, back. 1, 2, down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Couple more. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Check it out now. Taking a step back now, back to our 2 diagonal horizontal cuts. 1, 2, back to advancing and retreating. This time, we're going to change up our order, okay? So maybe I may go 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, 1, 1, okay? So we're going to advance, change the order of the strikes, okay? Just out of some randomness, okay? So maybe I'll come in here, backhand horizontal, forehand horizontal, okay? And then I can defend. Let's go back to defense. 1, 2, here. Maybe I'll work horizontal on both sides, okay? And I go back. 2, defend, defend. 1, 2, defend, defend. Awesome. Now we're gonna add the other 2 strikes to it, okay? So coming in, we go for our low cut here. Boom, 1, and then 2 overhead. All right? Going back. 1, 2, and going forward. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2. Either way. 1, 2, and going back. 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2. Okay, going back to the defensive now. So I come in with Lahia, going back, I cover low here, and then high. Okay, advance again, low, high, defend, low, high. Again, attack, low, high, defend, low, high. Into the side, and cut underneath, up top, under, up top, under, up top, moves a little bit, are. Under, up top. Under, up top. Under, up top. Under. Couple more. Awesome. Together now, all four. Moving forward. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. That and all the same side forward that time. Again, excuse me. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have the space in your living room, advance. Boom, boom, boom. Retreat. Okay. Ready? Once again, all four strikes. 1, 2. Use the arrow. I start with the low ones first. To the side first. Ready? Side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And defend. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Defend. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So your first 4 strikes in that flag, horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go into set number 2. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you guys are okay, that you're making it, that you're surviving. Thumbs up, thumbs up. I lost some of you guys. Some of you guys are still here. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here, let's break one knee up a little bit. Move your feet. Move your feet. Move your feet. Break the monotony up a little bit, guys. Side to side. Advance. You see how I'm working back? I can also work forward. All these things here with my cuts as well. Good, good, good. All right, here we go. The next 2 are not going to be low, but they're actually going to come and strike for the elbow or the center portion of the body, all right? So we go here, diagonal, high to the head, and then for the elbow, mid of the center of the body and torso is. Good. Do it together. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure, like I said, you're focusing on, you're really hitting the elbow, but this strike can come to the midsection of the body, right? Once again, diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're trying to cover your head as much as possible. If you want to learn more about the practice of Mathrag, recommend you talk to Sheikh Chadley or Sheikh Belmeki. They're my 2 mentors in the art. There are quite a few other competent practitioners out there and masters, what they call sheikhs, that I recommend you guys get in contact with. Awesome. Boom. So now, all 4 together, side to side, 8. Turn to the side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this side. Horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Diagonals. 5, 6, 7, 8. Facing the front. Diagonal cuts. Horizontal. 1, 2. This side. I cover hanging parry here. Then the backhand diagonal comes on that side. And I cover here. All right. Now this portion of my arm, my elbow here is open, so then the strike comes in there. So then I move my stick into this position to protect that side. Now this portion here is open, and the attack comes to the midsection or to the elbow, and then I shift to that side. All right. Once again, diagonal cuts descends on this side.
For you guys on Facebook, it's kind of flipped around because of the camera, but it's really coming to your left side, all right? This is my left hand, this is my right hand. I know it's kind of flipped around. So the cut comes here, hanging parry. The attack comes on the other side, my outside sweep. Then it comes right here to where my midsection to my elbow. Elbow, defend. This is going to be 7, and this is going to be 8. Okay, once again, just the defense. It's going to be, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm switching my feet so I get behind my stick, okay, behind my weapon, all right? 1 second. Hang on 1 second. Keep practicing that movement, guys. You guys are doing great, by the way. Hang on. Hang on 1 second. Let me do this on here. All right. Once again, here. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, all together now. So it'd be 8 defenses. So starting off horizontal to the side of the head. 1, side of the head. 2, underneath. 3, top of the head. 4, diagonal. 5, diagonal, backhand diagonal. 6, elbow on my left side. 7, elbow on my right side. Vertical to my chin. 3, top of the head. 4. So more, and I slur the movement sometimes, but it's like straight up and down. Okay, diagonal to the side is going to be 6. Other side 8. Okay, once again, all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Once again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Real easy from here. Horizontal is going to cut to the side of the body, all right? Let me demonstrate those next 4 cuts. So it's going to be horizontal to center mass. If I'm hitting from the hip to the knee, that's where my attack will come. Here, here, and then finally, I cut low to the legs, actually more like the ankle. Very, very low cuts. Let me do this one more time. So here we are. So hip, hip, ankle, back a little bit, ankle, and ankle. Okay. The defense for these midsection cuts is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then cut to the legs, or to the ankle, I should say. 3, 4, I'm going back. 1, 2, and then I cross cut. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wall, wall, cross cut low, cross cut low. All right, all together now. First, all together with the attacks. All right. Here I am. So horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. That's it. 7, excuse me. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now going back to my defense, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Once again, advancing with the attack, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Take a moment, guys. Thumbs up, hearts if you're still there. I'm checking. I got 21 over here on Facebook. If not, let's get ready for the next set of it, all right? Okay, so now, once we've gone through the basic attacks, right? Bam, 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 right? The basic attacks and the basic defenses, along with the footwork. So the footwork is real simple, very organic in the sense that you have like shuffles, you have gathering steps, you have what I call like small incremental adjustments in your footwork. Also, you have like more leaping steps as well, which is a little more difficult, challenging for me to show in my living room. But as we progress, the more that we'll be able to do. So maybe next time we'll be in a larger space. I don't know how it will be with everything that's going on in the world right now. But anyways, we'll keep pressing on. So the next step is going to be we're going to go back through our defenses, okay? So also another thing is so these set patterns of a striking is what they call wajibet. Wajibet is a type of, it translates as a kata or like a form. And it's more like in Kali Eskrima, where you have certain striking patterns and certain defensive patterns. This right here is a 12 pattern strike. There is a 14 pattern strike that involves 2 extra strikes that they don't really come on a different angle. They come on the same line as my verticals, except the way they're done is more like a what you would call a abanico strike in the Philippines, where it's this fanning motion as high and low. So that would be after we had finished those low. The goal is for the practitioner to be able to develop their own wajibets, their own sequence of attacks. And that's kind of what we were exploring a little bit, where and we do that a little bit more before we actually go on to the counters. So basically the next step would be you would take those. Okay, so you see how for us, everything when we're gonna get hit. So when we give that horizontal cut to one side, their energy goes to defend the head. And then that, of course, creates an opening to the other side, either side to the head or the other side, any one of those targets there as well. At the I attack with the Ross, with the overhead cut, okay? So if I was thinking about it in terms of fighting, it would be me, getting you to commit to that defense, and then I would change and hit somewhere else, or change and hit somewhere else, again, here, and hit somewhere else, all right? That's how we would start working it for sparring and for dueling. In the meantime, that would be possibly one of my own forms that I created for myself. So maybe my form would be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Or maybe the other side, the exact opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get what I'm saying? So let's do a few moments where we actually create our own combinations. Let's say start off with 2 beats first, okay? Just 2 strikes, okay? Anyone you want to start with? Maybe you start here, here, I'm gonna turn the music back on. Let's go ahead and do that for a few minutes. I want you guys to come up with some combinations. Feel free, if you are so inclined, to give me a heart and then type in your combination that you came up with. Okay? Ready? This is for a few moments, all right? Combinations. And so I'm coming on high side of the head. Okay, I'm gonna go high side of the head to here to the bottom. Again, side of the head, diagonal. I'm gonna go diagonal here all the way through and diagonal back up. Okay, diagonal one side. That's 3-strike combination now. Okay, 3-strike combination. I'm here 1, 2, 3. And I don't care if it makes sense right now. Right now we're working on fluency and movement. All right, fluency and movement. So it can make sense. It cannot make sense. I don't care. Right. So I come here, low, high, and low. I draw them low. I go up high. I go mid. Okay. Again, I go high, mid, low, high, low, mid, high, high. Awesome. Work that for a little bit. Keep moving. All right. Awesome. Add a 4th strike to it, okay? Add 4 to it, all right? We're adding 4. That was 5. Couple more. Give me 4. 4 combinations. Feel free to type them in. Awesome. And break. Okay, cool. So now what we're going to do is going to be defensive movements, countering off our defenses, okay? Facebook, I have 12 minutes left on my computer. It'll probably start dying at some point. But I'm going to try to keep it going for as long as I can. All right, so we'll basically check it out. So what we're doing is basically we're envisioning, so our first attack here comes in, right? And we defend on this side, right? The attack brushes through or goes through. And then what are our counters from here? So from this position here, not including a thrust, but we'll get into thrusting later, which is not really common in the stick fighting. But it is something that's definitely valuable and viable when we talk about the sword, even though this is primarily going to be a cutting and slashing system. I found that it's important to also be able to apply the thrust in these techniques as well, even though it's not as common, but there is some precedence for thrusting in Islamic swordsmanship. So we'll talk about that in next go around. So basically what I'm doing is I defend here, and then I'm just going to work on those basic cuts that kind of flow from this position here. So from this closed position, I obviously have a backhand horizontal cut. From this closed position here, I have a diagonal rising. From this closed position here, with a little bit of adjustment, I can come into my backhand diagonal cut. That's all you would do is you would go make your defense, and then you would see what flows off of that, right? And I'm here low, so you guys can kind of see me do my movements. Here. Anything here require a little bit too much movement. Some techniques will flow a little easier than others. Again, this is all for fluency of movement, right? So you know what movements come most directly off of that, right? Boom, that's easy. Boom, that's easy. Boom, that's easy. Boom, not as easy, but still there. Boom, too much movement. Boom, too much movement. Boom, too much movement. All right, but you kind of prioritize there from there. So from here, come up with like at least 3 solid options that flow directly from there. And then also, again, just for fluency, work on those movements that aren't as obvious. Okay. Now we're going to the second. In here, I defend here. I can thrust and follow up with that. Defend here, thrust and follow up with that. Defend, throw. I defend this angle here. My A forehand diagonal cut comes from there real easy. I defend here. I can do diagonal from any angle, head to the toe, and I can take my upper diagonal from any angle from the head to the toe, and then adjusting the angle. Okay, so we have here 1, 2, right, bomb, bomb, bomb. Okay, simple things that flow from those defenses. Okay, when we come here, a little harder, right? So I'm in here. Of course, I can come in and give a straight thrust and then flow from something from there, right? Inside here, again, thrust, and that really allows me to kind of hide my bigger cuts from behind the thruster, right? But from here, the one that's going to come the easiest will be our upward diagonal cuts. Our upward diagonal cuts. I can come in with the backhand. Anything else, low backhand, low horizontal cut, I should say. Anything else is going to be a little bit too much. But again, for the sake of fluency, and you can work those movements as well, all right? But prioritize those things that come more naturally from those positions first, and then work on the ones that are a little bit more awkward. Okay, again, going high, defending here, of course, very obviously we have the same strike, overhead. Anything that's coming from this side is going to be pretty easy from here, flow naturally from there. So we have our vertical, we have our diagonal, we have our horizontal, we have our horizontal diagonal on any level or plane going up and down the body. A little bit more, with a little bit more finesse, takes a little bit more time, would be these upward diagonals, and this lahia will take a little bit more time. From here, we can drop down and come into our backhand diagonal cut. Anything else is going to require a little bit too much movement, but again, prioritize what flows from that position, the easiest, and then start working on some of the more difficult, complicated movements from there. Moving along, now in here is our diagonal cut, our hanging parry, I should say, covers that. So then I just go boom, 1, hanging parry, 2, 3, 4, rising diagonals. I have my horizontal, my diagonal. It's my diagonal. There's my horizontal. Here's my vertical. Here's my rising diagonal. On this side here, of course, I'm already chambered. Anything that comes to the mid is going to be real easy. Backhand and mid is going to be super easy for me to flow from that, right? I can also thrust. I can get these backhand diagonal cut. I can also do this rising diagonal cut from the backhand. So anything when I'm chambered here, any backhand motion is going to be pretty easy. Again, so you work your movement off that. I can even get the overhead in there. Other side, same thing. I'm open here. Anything that comes from that position is going to be easy for me. Of course, there's a thrust and cutting behind the thrust, but I can go high, I can go mid, I can go low. I can get that diagonal. They attack to my midsection to my elbow. I would defend my elbow, and then I would as soon as the defense is, as I protect myself, I counter off of that and give back another strike. Okay. So continue moving on. So we went here, we've done here, separated hip. So or above the hip, I should say, right there with the kidneys, and then the knee. So anywhere from in there, I'm covering from that point to my knee. Again, I'm chambered. So anything that comes from this backhand chamber is going to be easy. Thrusting is not going to be as easy from this position, but you can see this experiment with what flows from there. Okay. Again, the other side, the cut comes down in here. Again, from anywhere from my kidney to my knee, this parry here is meant to cover it. And then again, I give back. Same concept. You're just trying to figure out what you can do that flows naturally and easy first, and then do some things that are not as easy, just for the sake of fluency. All right, moving on. So now we're down to our cross cut down low. So here I cross cut. I'm gonna ride it from here and just flow off of that. So I have my backhand diagonal. I cross cut. I have my backhand diagonal high, cross cut, backhand horizontal. So it's the same concept. I'm chambered here. So anything from this side, and it's just an adjustment of my wrist and arm to give me these different angles. So I cut here. I can even come back in and thrust. Boom. Good. Other side, same thing. Cross cut. Anything from this side is going to be super easy for me to give back. This one may be a little bit more, take a little bit more time. I can thrust. So as you practice this, break it down and say, okay, here's one. Boom. One. Okay, again. Two. Fin. Boom. Okay. Boom. Three. All right, then you do the other side. Again. Boom. One. Bang. The fin. Bang. Boom. Two. Bang. Three. Okay, then three. Come in low. Here. Okay, the fin here. One. The fin. Two. The fin. Good, good. Then up top, this is four. I defend. Counter off. Okay, that's one. Defend. Boom. There's two. Defend. There's three. Awesome. Then I go through everything just the same way. Okay, so now I'm here. One. Two for a fluid cut. I defend. Bam. Three. And one more on the side. Doing a thrust. And four. Again, the other side. I defend. Boom. One. And I defend. Wow. Two. Get into the camera. I defend. Bam. Three. All right. Here we are. Going now for these low cuts from kidney to knee. I defend. One. I defend again. Boom. Two. One. And it comes again. Two. And again. I already did that one, but real quickly. One. Two. Three. Again. And three. All right. Now finally, cross-cutting low. Come in low. Palm. One. Coming in low. Once again, and low. A little harder there. Other side. Low. One. Low. And again. Ready and low. Good job. Okay, now here's the test. What I'm going to do, I need everyone, give me a thumbs up if you're still with me. I got 17 still here. We are over an hour. I am at 7% here on this to defend the attack, all right? Phase one. All right. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. So I want you guys to face me. And I'm just going to give you these attacks. And I want you to just imagine I'm facing in front of you and you defend yourself. Okay, ready? Here I come. Ready? Here we are. And good. 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 Good job. Keep moving. Good. And again. Good. And good. Good. And good. Once again. Good job. All right, awesome. So now we're gonna do that same drill. This time it's going to be random, okay? So I want you guys to just first round, just defend, okay? I'm gonna move around. I want you to treat it like we're sparring. If you see me about to strike and you have a moment where you can intercept me, intercept, okay? All right. One thing about Tuareg sword and small cuts, and you'll kind of see that come into play in a little bit. I'm gonna turn some music on, and I want you guys again, if you can intercept the attack, intercept the attack. Hang on one second. One moment. There we go. Got some Mauritanian music going. It's on. All right, here we are. This is a slow song, okay? So I'm going to give you some attacks. You defend. I'm going to throw the sword on so you can kind of follow it a little bit more. It's starting to get a little darker here. Here we go. Got my Takova. If you can see me coming, intercept. All right. So, how was that? I couldn't really read any questions. Or lots of new comments. Any questions, comments, critiques, anything that you guys think that I can do to make this experience better? Yeah. Let me know. This is my first time out the gates with this. A little nervous because again, I feel like part of the beauty of the class I feel for myself is like the presence, and I kind of really riff off of the energy of the practitioners. So it's really different for me to do this like where I'm just kind of looking at myself and it's like yeah. So thank you guys all for thank you, Kevin, for joining us all the way from the UK. I appreciate you watching and participating. Yeah. So let me know what I can do to make this better. What I'm going to try to do is tomorrow morning, probably like not early morning, but maybe late morning. I want to try doing a capoeira class in the morning. Again, like maybe about an hour or 45 minutes. Let me see. Ernesto has a question. I asked up earlier, but can you give me a close-up on the grip? On the grip for the stick, yes. Here, I'm gonna use this longer stick.
but typically, sorry, I'll use my other hand here. So the thumb is up, especially, sorry, I can't turn my hand so that I can show you the grip. There you go. So yeah, the thumb is up, especially like when doing the parries and stuff. Now, I'm not sure if this is kind of, if this is a trade-off, or if it's like not a trade-off, but if it's something that sorry YouTube, here it is. I'm not sure if this is something, but I know that Sheikh Chadley made a big point of saying that the thumb needs to be up, and you can kind of feel how that helps with the defense as far as like kind of, it's weird you think about it, but I know the guys that do maybe Messer can probably relate to the fact of putting the thumb up as a way to kind of add this biometric reinforcement. Sorry, I'm playing to Facebook and not to YouTube. This biometric reinforcement in the parries. So yeah, thumb is up, and when I'm gripping the stick, now the stick I was using is really small for a mathematic stick. Usually the mathematic sticks are from the ground up to the center of the chest, and it can be used with one hand. Another form of stick fighting, another form of a modality within Mathrag is Wakaf. Wakaf stick is, I believe, is roughly the same length as a Mathrag. It's just a little thicker, so that a little heavier. So you have to use it with two hands, and but yeah, definitely for this form of stick fighting, Sheikh Chadley emphasized the thumb being up to reinforce for parries. And again, I'm not quite sure if this is kind of from the blade, from it being a blade, or just something that the Sheikhs figured out helped to kind of add strength to your defense. So, yeah, great question though. Let me see. What's the name of this particular style? So what we did in the beginning, we did a little bit of Tuareg sword work. It's based off of Tuareg sword dances. And guys on YouTube, I have questions that are being asked here on Facebook, and I'm trying to answer them as well. So the question was, what is the name of this particular style? What it is like, again, so the first portion of it, the movements were coming from Tuareg sword dancing. And then the second portion, we moved into blend. Mathrag, the stick fighting, it's a sport now, or somewhat of a sport now. Before that, it was used to train for the sword. And the evolution of the art has gone from training warriors to use a sword, or even just to use a stick, to like being a cultural practice in capoeira, where we're like playing the game and playing within the tradition, whether that tradition is 1,000 years old or that tradition is only 40 years old. Playing within the tradition and the etiquette of the art, that's one thing. But then I'll honor both and live in both worlds, if that makes sense. So some of the modifications are my modifications in order for it to I'm getting a question here on YouTube about Kopesh. Let me scroll down here. So yeah, part of it is my need to apply it against other fight modalities. So that's a great question. Any other questions before I sign off and let you guys go? Z asked me what time tomorrow. I am not quite sure, Z. Probably, I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know. What time would you guys be into something like that, if you would be into something like that? Maybe 8 or 10-ish? Are there any, Adam Cripps asked, are there any forms of boxing in North Africa? Oh, that's a great question. How do you spell Mathlab? M-A-T, African boxing. There are a few images in ancient Egypt of what looks like a form of boxing. And then there's a Roman image of Tunisian boxers, which they were probably doing like, Greco-Roman style boxing. To the south, there are plenty of like boxing traditions. The closest one to the ancient Egyptians would be the Zuar wrist knife fighting that the Nuba do, and I believe that it would be, a close parallel to the boxing. I'm gonna do a practice one maybe tomorrow, a short one, but definitely on Sunday. Yeah, Adam, I will keep my eyes and my ears open for any forms of well, there is something actually. There's this guy. He was writing about Tuareg swordsmanship, and he made a really interesting comment about the Tuareg. It's not quite boxing, but he did mention that the Tuareg use low kicks and leg sweeps with their swordsmanship, which I thought was very, very interesting. I have yet to see any of that, but there are sometimes in the like Algerian wrestling, they do a lot of like leg sweeping. There's actually like a portion of it where they weren't even making like contact with their hands. They were using more of the legs to kind of like sweep and knock the other person, kind of what you would see um, in capoeira, but more direct. Um, but as far as like a boxing form, like I have not come across anything yet. And if anybody has, please share. I did not get a chance, and YouTube you as well, guys. Thank you. I'm been hovering like right around 5 to 6 people. I got just dropped down to 4. I really appreciate it. I didn't get a chance with everything that's going on around the world. I am as a martial arts instructor, as my primary gig. I am being negatively affected by what's happening, and I'm not the only person. And it's all good. I did not get the wrestling that I've seen, and the only thing I can compare it to is capoeira, in that there was no they weren't seeking disrupt the person's balance. So I don't doubt that at all. It'd be good to kind of hear more about that. I do have two Arabic terms for the types of wrestling that were practiced in Algeria. I know that there's Gretsch wrestling in Tunisia. So I was going to add on a place on PayPal for you guys to uh, donate to the cause to kind of help keep me afloat. And I didn't get a chance to do that. They wanted me to spar, but the travel company said it was an insurance liability. Yeah, that sucks. It would be hard not to want to kind of, roll around and kind of experience with them. So yeah, I hate that you missed that opportunity, man. So I think what I'll do is I'll add another post with any links to either Patreon or to PayPal or Venmo or whatever else. It's kind of embarrassing, but it is what it is, I guess. Trying to survive nowadays. But anyhow, tomorrow morning I'm looking at just post your email for PayPal later. Sounds good. We'll do. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I think what I'll do is like I'm gonna think about what time I want to try to do a capoeira. And I say capoeira, it'll probably be capoeira and maybe some hands and some other stuff too. Maybe a little bit, a little bit of some of this, some 52 out there and stuff. But I just kind of want to get used to doing this format. Anyways, I appreciate you guys deeply for tolerating me. I hope that you guys are being safe out there, being cordial, but being safe and mindful. Hopefully, this stuff will blow over and we can start training and practice. And I hope you guys had fun. I really did. It was a little weird, but got through it. Thank you, guys. All right, take care. I'm ending. And all right. Okay, YouTube guys, you guys are the last ones standing. Thank you so much. I learned more. Erica Crespo. Okay, hey Erica. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for falling in. Jamal, thank you. Marcelo. Let's see. I think I kind of understand what you're saying. I need to actually translate what you're saying to make sure I'm getting the gist of it. But I'm asking, is a technique efficient with the sword. Appropriate for this particular modality, it would be more. You would use both hands when we're doing wakaf, which is a slightly heavier stick. So yeah, I think I'm answering your question correctly. And all right, any other questions? Thank you, Henry, for being here. I'm not sure if you're still here, but I appreciate it. Thank all four of you guys for sticking with me. And more to come, guys. Be safe and take care. And